Hello, it is September 6th. I just did a whole recording at 10 frames a second, and then I was looking at myself because I was drawing on the screen. I said, hey, my fingers aren't going right. And so I realized it was wrong. So I'll try to make this one shorter than the other one. The recap, and I don't think I've recapped since then. I'll have to look. If I have, skip ahead. Reese and Brett came home for a week to do some other stuff, but at the tail end of their trip, we visited three of the locations where we're going to film, and it was fun to see them really be interested, looking around for angles, taking pictures with their cameras, and really expressing interest, which I'm not surprised at, but it was cool to see them do that. So that happened. I've got a little bit more equipment. It's all kind of trickling in. I got a prop, which I'm going to do. I did an unboxing of, I'll probably post it at some point, kind of a key thing. I got some paper for a background, which you'll understand once you see the movie. And then a little gear, follow focus, adjustable ring, blah, blah, blah. And as I told someone earlier today, it always feels like, you think you're done, and then there's one more thing, and there's one more thing. And I was just reading the script, and there's one more thing, and we've got these pictures that go in a photo album, and it's just one more thing. So we still have 3.5 weeks to go, but it's sort of getting down to the wire. Speaking of 3.5 weeks, 2 days ago, I sent out the most recent version of the script, which really has changed very little in the past month, 6 weeks-ish. And we're going to have not a complete read-through, but kind of a review tomorrow for the new actors to go over their scenes specifically. And then for the rest of it, we'll just sort of talk through some changes and see what people have to say and blah, blah, blah. So I sent it out to everyone. And then yesterday, which is Friday morning or Friday sometime, Brett texted me because he wants to get super familiar with the script. He's kind of medium familiar. And he said, what about, remind me why this, this, this. And so I told him, he said, okay. And then he texted me something else. And he said, I still not sure if I buy this setup and this kind of confusion where these two women pull the wool over the eyes of a guy and then they've got to come clean at some point. And I mean, I'll just say it has to happen for the sake of the script, which is not a great thing to say. But he was wondering, could we do something else? So I immediately sort of went on defense, and I'm like, well, it would have been nice to have this conversation 6 months ago so we'd have time to think it through. And his reply was, well, it would have been, but the reality is, at least we're thinking about it now. Because I guess I had sort of thought about it. I had gotten a note a long time ago, probably a year ago, saying, well, maybe the main actress should not promote. She should be more proactive, or she should do this. And I mean, she's very proactive except for this one thing. And I thought, and I mean, it still works well, but then I started thinking, well, maybe it could work better if we did it another way. So I put on my creative hat and took the note, thought about it for, I don't know, an hour or two. And then I texted back and I said, well, we could do it this way. So in other words, we start here, we start in the same place, we branch off, it goes a little bit, we come back to the main tree, as it were. And it's not like we're rewriting the whole script, which obviously we can't do 3.5 weeks from shooting and less than a day from the script review. So I wrote to both Reese and Brett and I told them all this. And they said, well, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. It might add back a lot of the pages that we've saved. And I said, well, let me try and see. So I wrote, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours worth today on maybe a page and a half near the beginning, and then 3 or 4 pages, whatever. I'm not going to completely go through it. But the end result is that I may have come up with another way we can approach this, which hopefully, I don't know if it's more realistic, if it's more character, involves more character development, There's always that thing where when you first write something, you just love it. And then you wake up the next day and you look at it and it's like, what was I thinking? So I hope that's not the case. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but it certainly could be. So, anyways, I'm going to sleep on it, look at it tomorrow morning, and then, maybe tweak a little and send it to him to get some thoughts. I don't think I'm going to wait for the script review. I think I'll send it to him first and get their thoughts and then maybe present it to the others. And I don't want this to become like we're going to vote, choose your own adventure, or we're going to vote who thinks this is a better idea, who thinks that's a better idea. But we'll see how that goes. One other thing I wanted to show you, because a friend of mine from school, back in high school a few years ago, made a vast improvement on this crew availability sheet. So if you're seeing this right now, feel free to copy it or use it as a template. Basically, along the bottom, I've got all the days of the shoot, and I think I've showed this, but he improved it. He did like some color coding, which is cool on the different days, and he also turned these into check boxes, so it makes it a lot easier for people to fill in what they're going to do. So at a fairly quick glance, I can see, like on this day, we've got 6 or 7 different people who say they're available. On this day, maybe we've got 5. And then as we go on, this day is very light right now. Wow. I hadn't noticed that. Holy smokes. So it's kind of cool, very useful, a little scary now that I look at some of these days. The weekends don't look so bad. So anyways, if you're making your own movie, your own budget, blah, 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 that is an awesome thing. So I thank him for doing that. Last thing, I apologize for the harsh lighting. It was a long day, and the ring light that I've been using, my daughter took back up to her room, and I'm in such a hurry to get this done that I did not replace it with a better light. So, yeah, things are going good. A little hairy. The idea of rewriting not a significant portion, but a good chunk of the first 8 to 10 pages of the script is a little bit unnerving. But again, you could just sit on it and say, well, it'll work okay, or you could try to make it better. So why not make it better? That's what I have to report. I hope your movie is coming along well now that you have the gumption and courage and finances to make your own film. If you don't, keep watching this. If you do, keep watching this. And I will see you in the next one, which may be another 10 days for reasons that I will divulge later. Or maybe I'll do one when I'm away from home. Either way, thanks for watching. Tell someone about this. Tell everyone about it. Send them a link to it. And hopefully you're getting something of interest from it. Bye-bye.